All right, guys, we are live and we got another very special guest in this episode. He is a FIFA Twitch streamer, content creator, but he's not just any FIFA player. He's a very good FIFA player as he is a top 200 Elite 1 player. So we're very happy to have him. And his name is Collinsszn.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up? Thank you for having me on, and look forward to our chat, man.
Yeah, I'm just glad we got it done. We're actually having this. I know we've tried like the first two times, but there's
Yeah,
just complications and all that. But
yeah, that's it.
yeah, but it's all good. Yeah, how's everything been? I know you've recently had like a tournament. Is that correct? Was there a turn?
Yes, that was Burnley tournament.
Oh,
Um,
okay,
that was that last week, no?
that was
Yeah,
last
I
week.
think it was last week. Yeah. I got to the semi-finals. Unfortunately, lost.
Mhm.
Um, had I got to the final, I think I would have gotten a pro contract. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
I literally just fell short.
What
But
kind of like tournament was that for that pro contract?
so basically, you had to be verified
Mhm.
um, on Xbox. Anybody could sign up. Anybody who was verified. Um, so there was like a bunch of games on Saturday, and you had to. It was like a Swiss format. So you had to
Yeah.
win. I think it was four games out of the six, which I did. I won my last game against I think the player that ended up to win the whole thing.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I went on to Sunday, and then I made it to semi-finals, but unfortunately lost. So
Mm.
yeah,
Oh man, unfortunate.
pain.
Was it like an
Yeah,
esports team that you joined for
yeah, it
this
was
pro?
Burnley.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So
So it's actually a
yeah,
club team. Like
yes,
you
um,
get to be like a FIFA representative for a club
yeah,
team.
that's it. Yeah,
Okay. Oh wow.
so it would have been big, but yeah, it wasn't good enough in the semi-finals. So just one of those things. But that's esports for you.
Mhm. Yeah.
You got to be able
God.
to perform at the highest level all the times, and I wasn't good enough. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
But next year you'll
Yeah.
go harder, I guess.
Yeah, so since I know you're a competitive FIFA player, like what else, like what are your goals and what else do you want to do like in terms of
Um,
that?
See, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know whether I want to go down the content creation route
Uh-huh.
or the like competitive scene. Because it's
Yeah.
only really been this year where I've actually been like good and being able to compete at like a high level.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I'm just gonna see how things go. And I've had like a few offers from orgs and stuff, but nothing really like that's made me want to accept, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep grinding basically.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens for 22.
Yeah. I know like people do both, people
Yes. Yeah.
do their like esports team and they also, create content, stream and do
Yeah.
all the YouTube stuff. Do
Mm.
you think you could do both?
I could if I could just do that full time. Obviously, I work full time at the minute, so
Yeah.
it's a lot at the minute. You have to either choose one or sort of try and be at a good level
Mm-hmm.
for both. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. You have
Yeah.
to put a lot of time into the game if you want to compete at a pro level. So yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
But
Ye- Yeah, for sure. So ideally, maybe by 22, you would want to probably be in like a club team and also be in an
yeah,
esports team.
yeah. I think more time you have to like it's really hard to sort of get a pro contract. I very much doubt I will get one because usually they're done by now. They're usually done but like before the game comes out.
Oh, I
But
see.
it's not impossible, but
Uh-huh.
it's just very difficult. You have to be like a very top level. So
Uh-huh.
I'm still gonna compete, but I'm just gonna be at a disadvantage because with FIFA, as you probably know, you have to put a lot of FIFA points on. I'm gonna put FIFA points on, but not as
Mm-hmm.
much as like people that have signed with Orgs, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I will be at a disadvantage, but I'm still gonna try
Mm-hmm.
and see
So,
what happens.
mm-hmm. So do you have to like just compete in tournaments to get these pro contracts? Or can they like scout you? Can they like look at you and say, "Hey, like you're pretty good and we just want to get you on the
No,
team?"
they can definitely scout you, yes.
Uh-huh.
Just from watching your streams, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it is mostly like competitive tournaments. Obviously, like weekend league's not really competitive. It is, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's not top um, pro level
Mm-hmm.
gameplay like tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when they'll probably look at you
Yeah.
and pick you up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
from tournaments.
gotcha. And you could also, well, since you're an E1 player and you're verified, then that means like you'll do the qualifiers too, right? And see how far you could
Yes.
go from there.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that this year for the first time.
Uh-huh.
I got lucky really because of lockdown. Where like lockdown happened, I probably wouldn't have competed. The only reason I competed was because of lockdown,
Uh-huh.
because my previous job I had to work weekends, so I wouldn't have been able to compete. Um, but luckily I managed to compete in every qualifier, and I got better as each qualifier went on.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, next year I will be playing every qualifier and seeing where I can go.
How far did you go in the qualifiers?
Um, Question. I think my best qualifier is probably the last one, to be honest, because I managed to be one of the players that qualified for the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Who was it?
NFG Jaden,
Oh, okay.
Scottish pro, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Um, I beat him in the first round. I think I ended up losing like I want to say fifth or sixth round. So
Uh-huh.
I can't remember his. I don't think it's top 64. Might have been like top. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but that was definitely my best run
Mm. So
for
then,
sure.
like, from the qualifiers, I mean, how many games would you need to win to, like, advance to the E-World Cup?
So to get into, I think it's 9 games you had to win.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been six. So I think it's six. If you won six, you made it to the next day.
Uh-huh.
But if you lost the game, I think you had to win nine
Oh,
to
okay.
make it. Yeah. So it's not easy. Like it's a lot. Um, you have to be mentally prepared,
Yeah.
and you have to perform at the highest level at all times. Otherwise, you're out basically. You make a
Yeah.
mistake, you're out. Um, but yeah, it's my first year, so it was a good experience. But I'm definitely ready for next year.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. The margin of error is, like, so small. It's, like, the
Yeah,
difference
for sure,
for you
for
to
sure.
win or lose a game, man. You gotta win, like, six or nine in a row. That's insane.
Yeah,
Against the top players.
yeah, it's a lot. It's mentally like fatiguing and physically as well.
Uh-huh.
Um, because you're waiting around a lot at times as well, like for other games to finish and stuff. You could literally be playing or like just waiting around playing for like 5 to 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a lot. But yeah, it was good experience my first year. So
Yeah.
uh, go again next year
Yeah, for
for
sure.
sure.
And for you, I mean, you probably feel really confident. You beat a guy that went all the way to the World Cup, so you know you could hang at that level and
Yeah, I can
possibly get there.
definitely. Yeah, I can definitely compete at a highest level. I beat a lot of top tier pros this year, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was more towards like the end of the qualifier where I was actually like at a really good level, but because I was able to put a lot of time into the game. That's all it is really, because last year I was like an Elite Three player,
Okay.
and then obviously it was December time where I hit my first 27,
Mm-hmm.
and then lockdown happened, so a lot of my time was just put into streaming and actually playing the game,
Yeah.
and then I just kept on hitting like top 200 every week.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, now I'm at that consistent level of
Yeah.
good gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And for you, you're in the UK, so Europe is like the toughest scene, right? It's the
Oh, for
toughest
sure,
continent.
yeah. It's not even close.
Yeah.
A lot of people do ask like, what's the toughest like region? It's definitely EU for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all fun.
When did you start streaming?
So it's about 13, 14 months ago now.
Okay.
Um, so it would have been, yeah, about June-ish time last year, May, June. Yeah, last year for sure.
Okay.
I'll have to actually find out that for sure because I actually missed my year's anniversary like of streaming because I just didn't realize.
Yeah.
That is a
Um
shame.
yeah, actually that's funny because I streamed around the same time in June.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I first started
Oh
streaming
wow.
and making content, so that's cool.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, but how has the streaming been since then? Since you
Oh,
got
I
started
love
on it?
it. No, I love it. Yeah, I stream like five, maybe six times a week. But
Uh-huh.
once 22 comes out, yes, the grind's gonna be back on. I've been probably streaming recently, maybe four times a week, just
Mm-hmm.
because FIFA's dying down a bit, and I
Mm-hmm.
just want to sort of take a bit of time to myself and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you feel the same as well. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's definitely like sort of changed my life
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I love it. I couldn't, I wouldn't ever think about stopping it.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
You also have a TikTok. Are you also working on other platforms that you want to create?
um, yeah, only TikTok at the minute.
Okay.
I'm just working on growing that at the minute. I've been doing that. I haven't been doing that very long, to be honest. Maybe like
Okay.
between a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to grow that, trying to grow my Twitter, and of course Twitch. They're
Mm-hmm.
the three like platforms I'm trying to grow at the minute. But on FIFA 22, I do want to try and upload content onto YouTube, but
Yeah.
I have no idea how to like edit long videos like that. So I need to
Uh-huh.
do my research
Yeah.
soon.
Yes, like the editing part is like it can be time consuming too.
Yeah,
So,
exactly,
because I know you're
exactly.
working too, and to do edit
Mm,
on top of that with the streaming, it's like takes up a lot of time. So,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll try and find a way, but we'll have to
Uh-huh.
see.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Definitely. Um, so I mean, how when did you start playing FIFA? And then how did you get to this top 200 level?
Oh god. First FIFA was probably like I want to say like 2005 maybe.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
yeah,
early.
I only really played it like casually, and then I don't know. Last year I sort of started to play it a bit more.
Uh-huh.
Um, that's when I just started to get like Elite Three like every week. But then it was this year that I found that I was actually like I just grinded the game, and then um, yeah, I became a top 200 Elite One player.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, anybody can get to this level. You just got to put a lot of time into the game. Um, it's not impossible. Even if you're like gold player, you can still hit Elite One, top 200 if you just put time into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Um, when you started in '05, have you gotten like every FIFA since then?
Uh, yeah, I would say so
Oh,
for
okay.
sure. Yeah, I would say so for sure. My dad used to surprise me with it. He used to go like midnight launch, and then
Yeah.
like put it under my pillow or something like that.
Uh-huh.
When I'd wake up in the morning before school and obviously, yeah, see it there. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Uh-huh.
say every year I've definitely played it. Yeah, for sure.
And then when did you start playing Ultimate Team?
That is a good question because I don't even know myself. I probably want to say like FIFA 14-ish,
Okay,
15-ish. Yeah. I don't know specifically.
but you've been on it for
Um
a while. You've been on Ultimate Team for
yes.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just never really played it a lot as much as I have like last year and this year.
Uh-huh.
Um but yeah.
So
Say
the
about a
last
good 5 years of
okay,
Ultimate Team.
so the last two FIFAs you really committed on Ultimate Team, and then you had
Yes.
this huge jump to like a top 200 player.
Yeah. It was towards like the back end of FIFA 20 where I started to put more time into the game and stuff. Um, and then obviously this year.
So before 20, like what were you hitting for like weekend league and stuff?
I want to say like
Okay.
gold one, yeah,
Okay.
gold one, gold two maybe.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, it's never like silver. I was always at like a gold level.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely gold. I think around gold one.
Mm. So what helped you get to that top 200 level? Like what were some of the things you
Yeah,
did that
a
made
lot
you
of
like get
people,
better?
a lot of people ask that question, and
Uh-huh.
obviously with lockdown, I had a lot of free time, so I started to watch Twitch a lot. I started to watch like a lot of pro players. And then just learnt the meta basically, like steal
Yeah.
cancels and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like I've said already, you have to put a lot of time into the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just gonna come overnight. Like I was maybe playing a game like during lockdown. I'm gonna say gameplay 6 hours a day maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh wow.
yeah, just grinding the game. And yeah, it's important to watch like players that are at that top level. Then you notice things that they do
Yeah.
and that things that work in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah.
Are there any particular players or streamers that you like watching?
So this year I watched Stokes. He's
Stokes,
in
okay.
yeah, he's an English pro.
Uh-huh.
Very good player.
Uh-huh.
Um, watched a lot of hashtag Tom as well because he also creates a lot of content as well, not just gameplay. So
Yeah.
I like watching his content.
Uh-huh.
I say gameplay wise, probably Stokes to be honest.
Okay.
Um, for sure.
Uh-huh.
But like there's hashtag Shuri as well that I would watch of a night time.
Yeah.
Um, they're probably the top three that I'd watch
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Who
And
who
Gorilla as well, actually. Gorilla,
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah, he's a good player.
Who do you think are the top guys right now in the world?
Hashtag Tom for sure.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen recently, but another organisation I think has offered something between 50 to £100,000 for
Uh-huh.
hashtag Tom,
Oh
uh,
wow.
which that's never been heard of before in
Uh-huh.
like the FIFA scene. But yeah, hashtag Tom was on another level this year. He finished like top one EU. Um, I don't think he made World Cup actually,
Uh-huh.
which is strange. But obviously, World Cup didn't happen anyway because of COVID. So yeah, he. I don't think he made World Cup, but he was defo like up there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's PlayStation side of things. Xbox side of things, probably. I wouldn't really say there was like a top like performer. Maybe like Mike or Oli Lito is very good. Yeah, Mike was probably the best. 'Cause I think he was ranked one EU on the Xbox side of things as well.
Yeah.
So
What do you
yeah, they're
think about
probably
Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
yeah they're probably the top players right now this
Yeah.
year anyway.
Yeah. What do you think about the Anders kid from Denmark?
Oh, Yeah, he's unreal. I've watched his gameplay, of course, this year.
Uh-huh.
Um, I think he made more money than a lot of the pros this year, and he couldn't compete this year because he's only 14.
Right.
I think he's 14 or 15. I'm not too sure on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he compete this year either, but there's a tournament called Blackie Cup on PlayStation. I don't know if you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, so a lot of the PlayStation pros would play on that. They'd pay like £5, and then winner would take like, I don't know, let's say like 800, and then the runner up would get like 200.
Mm-hmm.
I think Anders ended up making over £30,000 for the year,
Uh-huh.
which is that's crazy. No one came close to that.
Wow.
So that just shows the sort of level he's at compared to everyone else.
That's just from tournaments, right? The
Yeah,
30.
literally just from Blackie Cup,
Oh, okay.
literally just from one tournament.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what else he won in other tournaments. That's just what I know he won in one tournament. But those tournaments would happen like almost daily.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And
Still
he
happen now actually,
yeah.
just not as often.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that blew up this FIFA because like he went
Yes.
on this crazy run in Weekend League,
Yeah.
right? He won like 590 in a row or something.
Yeah, I think it was
Something like that.
I think it was like 560, yeah,
Oh,
around
was
that
it
mark.
560? Okay. It was
Something
in the
like that, yeah.
500s. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
and
is unheard of, especially on this game, where
uh-huh.
in my opinion, there's very minimal skill gap. Um, like, there's a lot of times where I lose to like gold players, which shouldn't really happen.
Uh-huh.
I think a few weeks ago I lost to someone with a record of 14-7.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, for me, there's minimal skill gap. So I don't know how he managed to go on that run. So, big
Yeah.
respect to him.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he just blew up in popularity. People just recognize him. He
Yeah,
keeps going on this undefeated streak and
no, he
now
deserves it.
yeah.
But he
Now
gets a lot of hate as well, which I don't really understand. Um, I guess it's just jealousy, to be honest.
yeah,
Um,
right? It's just other
yeah,
people's insecurities, right?
yeah,
Something,
exactly.
But yeah, that's just crazy, this whole competitive FIFA scene and seeing all these players like do like crazy things and
Yeah,
yeah. Um
hopefully, hopefully I can do that next year, but we'll have to see.
yeah, I mean like what other steps you're taking for 22? Like what other things you want to implement?
Um, so that's a good question, actually.
Do you just want to play like a lot of tournaments? Obviously, you want to keep playing weekend league, probably get like 30-0 in every weekend league, right?
Yeah, so obviously I want to compete, but at the same time, I want to create content as well.
Yeah.
Um, so it is going to be difficult to be able to manage both. I've got to sort of see like within the first few months because the first qualifier isn't until like normally like just after December, sort of January, February time.
Uh-huh.
So within the first few months of 22, I've got to see whether I'm actually going to be able to. I'm going to compete either way, but I've got to see whether I can compete at a top level,
Mhm.
and then sort of make a decision on sort of 75% um, concentrating on gameplay and then like 25% content creating,
Mhm.
or sort of half and half, or even 75% content creating. It just all depends, sort of, yeah, how good I am next year.
Yeah. So if you want to qualify by that time, you just need to be verified and hit Elite 1 once. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So I think the format is going to change this year because weekend league this year it's not based on. There's no top 200 leaderboard anymore. I think it's
Oh,
based
okay.
on like points. I don't think there's. Yeah, there's no top 200. So I'm not too sure how it's going to work. But yeah, previous years you had to hit 27 wins. Funny enough, it was the last week of December where you had to hit it, and I hadn't hit it. before then, and then
Uh-huh.
last weekend I managed to hit it. I think I got. I'm not sure if I got 28 or 27. It's one of the two, but yeah,
Uh-huh.
I just about scraped it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to compete. So
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah,
That
and
last
that
week.
was all done on stream. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was a good stream that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they have made a lot of changes, right? They're lowering the amount of games you play. And like you said, I
Yes.
didn't know about they're getting rid of the top 200 as well.
Yeah, yeah, I only found out they announced it on the day, but I didn't actually know either. Somebody in my chat
Uh-huh.
came and mentioned it to me. I think that sucks a bit. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I don't really know how it's gonna work now in terms of rewards and stuff.
Right.
Um, I think those top players deserve sort of a leaderboard to show like they're at that top level. So
Right.
yeah, it's a bit I don't know, gutted about that, but we'll see what else I have to bring, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think about all the changes that they're possibly making with that?
Um, so the 20 games I feel like is not enough. I know that a lot of people might disagree with me and say no, 20
Mm-hmm.
games is more than enough.
Uh-huh.
But for me, I don't know, I feel like 25 would have been perfect.
Okay.
But 20, I don't know how it's going to work. I feel like a lot of people can go like 20 and 0 and we can leave. Um,
Mm.
but like I said, there's no top 200 leaderboard, so I'm guessing they're going to base rewards on sort of wins now. So yeah, but yeah, 20 games. I'm probably going to end up doing two accounts to be honest.
Okay.
But that's not for definite. I'm going to see if I can manage that. That'll be 40 over a weekend, which is doable. So I do 60 now, so
Yeah.
um, yeah, I feel like 40 would be manageable. So I do like my competitive account and then just like an RTG account.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I just recently switched over to PlayStation because
Mm-hmm.
there's been rumors that the competitive scene's moving just to one console,
Right.
which is PlayStation. So yeah,
Oh,
I had to
not
make the
even on
switch.
Xbox.
Nope, nope.
Oh.
Apparently, yeah, apparently it's all PlayStation. It's not being confirmed by EA, but I'm seeing a lot of Xbox pros like purchasing PlayStations, which they wouldn't um, for no reason.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors going around and seeing that. I don't even think it's rumor. I think it's like 95% certain that yeah, it's PlayStation next year.
Wow. You know
So
what's
yeah,
funny? Like I always hear people getting the PS5, but
mm.
a lot of people don't know about the Xbox series that also came out, but no one's getting that. I don't know
Yeah,
anybody that yeah.
that's the main reason I think because competitive is moving to PlayStation, and obviously PlayStation has like share play, which is really. Are you on PlayStation yourself? I don't actually
Yes,
know.
PS4. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you have the share play feature.
Yeah.
You don't have that on Xbox, which is why a lot of the content creators are making the switch if
Mhm.
they haven't already. Um, it is a better console overall. However, I do prefer the Xbox controller still.
Oh, okay. Have
Yeah.
you always been on Xbox?
No, I've sort of switched between both. Like,
Okay.
it's just dependent on what my friends are getting, really.
Uh-huh.
Like back in the day, yeah. But I would say I've had like Xbox majority of the time for
Yeah.
sure.
How is the gameplay between Xbox and PS5?
Yeah, PlayStation's horrible. Um,
In what
it's
way?
it's it just feels so slow. Like you can't left stick dribble with your players. It's just really slow. Doesn't seem as responsive as well
I see.
um, compared to Xbox.
Uh-huh.
I think if you ask a lot of the like Xbox players, they'll say the same as well.
I see.
Even PS players, to be honest, they'll say
Uh-huh.
like Xbox gameplay is better. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
it's a shame, but we're gonna have to make the switch.
Yeah. Why do
Yeah.
you think that is? Why do you think Xbox is better?
In terms of gameplay,
Yeah, in terms of gameplay?
yeah, like it's just a lot more responsive. Just feels more smoother.
Okay.
And the controller itself is a lot more. It's greater, like greater feel in your
Uh-huh.
hands. Like the PS4 controller is just it's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Even the PS5 is all right, but there's something about an Xbox controller, like the analogs, they're more like responsive and stuff, in my opinion, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Okay.
that's just how I feel.
Okay. Are you aware of any other changes in 22 besides the ones we mentioned?
So many other changes.
Well, I know like for qualifying for champs, like you got to win like 3 out of the 5 in rivals.
Is that right? You got to win 3 out of 5.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so for the competitive guys, I think you have to reach the elite division now, I believe. I
Uh-huh.
think that's actually I think what it is. How you verify this year. I think you have to reach the elite division
Uh-huh.
in rivals.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not I'm not 100% on that, but that's what I believe it is this year. So I think rivals is going to be more important than champs itself this year,
Right.
which is going to be strange
Yeah.
for sure.
So the elite division would it just be like a certain you got to hit a certain SR, right? Probably.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I'm not like I said, I'm not too sure. Um, but I believe probably will be SR
Uh-huh.
for sure. Yeah, it should be.
I'm assuming it would probably be like 2000 and above, like a Div 1
Uh,
type of.
yeah, I think it'd be more to be honest. Maybe
Okay.
like for the elite division anyway, I'd say maybe 2.2 plus.
2.2.
Yeah, because my SI at the minute is like 2,450.
Mhm.
Um, which is like hard. I don't know. It could actually be like sort of 2,400 plus because a lot of the
Mm.
verified players do tend to have like 2,400 plus. So
Mhm.
yeah, we'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think like the average SR is for like maybe elite players, like Elite 3?
I'd say 2,000. About
2000?
19, yeah, 1950 to 2,000.
Uh-huh.
I feel like 2,000 is pretty like easy to get, like if you're an elite player anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've recently got to Div 1 this year and got hit
Yeah.
2000 and just they're too good, man. They're too good for
What'd you
me.
get? What'd you get in weekend league?
I've been hitting Gold 1 as of late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
20 is my best.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever hit like 22 or
I
21
tried
wins?
like this weekend I had a really good shot. I went like 16 and 4 my first 20 and then
Yeah, that's good. It
it
gets
was
hard. The elo
yeah.
gets,
Yeah, it gets too hard, man, and I
nice.
started
It is
losing.
hard.
Yeah.
It's
Um
difficult.
yeah, I really thought I had a good chance for Elite 3, but at that point I knew I was going to like face a lot tougher opponents.
Yeah, you've just got to
So,
sort of practice against those sort of top players and you will
right.
improve.
Yeah.
Um, I sort of started to play a lot of friendlies against players that were better than me. I
Mhm.
get a beating, but you just learn sort of how to defend and how to attack, basically. Um,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people to reach that like sort of next level, they sort of panic. You have to be like patient on the ball at sort of that elite 3 plus level.
Mhm.
Um, like it is difficult, but like I said, you can easily get to sort of say your gold one, you can easily push to elite 3. It's just probably just small things that you're doing wrong.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's definitely doable.
What are like some of the small things that you made adjustments to get you to a better rank?
To sort of being
For
more
you,
like,
yeah, for you
yeah,
personally.
yeah. For me personally, it's all about being like. For me, it's like being better on the ball and like not making stupid mistakes with the ball, like passes for etc. just sort of making 100% passes, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not taking risks with your passes. In the final third, you've got to be sort of clinical and quick.
Mm-hmm.
And also learning like a lot of the skills this year,
Yeah.
because skills were like a massive thing this year. Like last year, it was just get the ball to a striker, track back, shoot.
Yeah.
But this year, sort of, I had to learn like get a cancel, Nagini
Yeah.
cancel, LB stop, elastico, sort of all the meta skill moves in the final third is like really key. Um, and also defending wise, sort of knowing when to like switch between your players, not being too aggressive. Uh, yeah, knowing whether to analog switch or sort of LB switch is really
Yeah.
important as well. There's a lot of things you have to sort of learn. Um, no, like I said, anyone can improve.
Yeah. For sure. Like, personally, when I play against really good players, like, you could tell, like, they're just faster with everything. Like, their reflexes are
Yeah,
so quick,
yeah,
and, like, when I'm defending them, it's hard because they use all these skill moves, and, like, sometimes for me, I make the mistake in gambling, going for the ball too much, but then
yeah,
they just, like, quickly counter, and then they
yeah.
expose me and then score
That's
goals.
it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people have problems with sort of dragging out their centre backs, which is never good. You
Uh-huh.
drag out one centre back, just switching triangle pass, and then one free ball and your opponent's in. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's hard because I feel like I like to be quite aggressive with my defending now, but yeah, it's difficult. It's you just sort of have to learn when to
Yeah.
be aggressive and when not. And it's also about sort of recognizing how your opponent plays.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, that's what tactics you need to use to be able to beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you need to have at least, I'd say, three formations you're like comfortable with.
I
It's
see.
depending on what your opponent plays is sort of dependent on what formation I play in
Gotcha.
competitive games anyway.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So then, like, for you, in terms of formation, so this is an area maybe I don't know as much. In terms of tactics, how, like, what formation works against the other one? Like, there's
Yeah, so
obviously, like, yeah, go ahead.
so a lot of people use the press after possession loss tactic this year.
Uh-huh.
I have used it a lot this year. Um, I use that with sort of a narrow like 4-3-1-2.
Yeah.
Um, to counter that, what you need to do is basically you need to get the ball to sort of your wingers. So obviously they're using a narrow formation, so your opponent's midfielders are not going to be sort of marking those wingers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you have to sort of like X the ball to your wingers, and then majority of the time it's sort of like a four against, even at times two, because some people like to use balanced fullbacks in a narrow formation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you can X your ball to your wingers, you literally if you play like 4-4-2, yeah, so 4-4-2 would be the go-to formation, like 4-2-4-2-2
Uh-huh.
be the two go-to formations, for sure.
To counter the four three
Yes.
one two with the press
Yeah.
after possession.
Yeah, that's it.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Um, People use five back. Um, Against five back, I like to use 4-3-1-2 to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because it depends sort of what depth they're playing. The
Mm-hmm.
4-3-1-2 could work, but again, if they're using five back, then they have wing backs. All they have to do is get the ball to their wing backs and they're in. Uh, five back is hard to sort of counter, to be honest. So it's either you be sort of aggressive with your defending, or you take risks, or you match them. Basically, you
Yeah.
just match the five back,
Mm-hmm.
which I did a lot of the year.
Yeah.
If players played five back, I would just match them.
Do you see the five back now as much? I feel like I don't see it as much as earlier on.
So yeah, that's a good point. I don't, yeah, I don't think I've really seen it like in ages, really.
Yeah, earlier on it was like the meta and everybody was using it, but now I rarely see it.
Yeah, it's strange. So I still
Yeah.
think it is very viable.
Uh-huh.
It's a good formation, but I don't know actually why people have stopped. People started to sort of have fun,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah,
But I personally like the 4-3-1-2. I've used it ever since I got on it. That was like that's my go-to formation. I don't know for
yeah,
you. What's yours?
yeah. Mine is 4-3-1-2.
Uh-huh.
But I also like 4-2-2 as well.
Uh-huh.
I go between those two mainly.
Gotcha.
But 4-3-1-2 is definitely the best. It's just so broken. Like press after possession loss features
Yeah.
broken this year. Um, I don't think it'll be the same next year.
Mm.
So 4-2-2 or like 4-4-2 is probably like the
Yeah.
most balanced formation on the game. So that's
Yeah.
what I'll go to next year for sure.
Mm-hmm. So then let me ask you this. When they press you, like ultra attacking, they bring all their guys out. Like what formation do you like to use against that type of scenario?
Yeah, so if I was sort of playing a competitive game,
Uh-huh.
like qualifier for example, and I was say 2-1 up, and they put the constant
Yeah, constant
pressure
pressure. Yeah.
feature on.
Yeah.
I would switch to a 5 back straight away.
Oh, okay.
Um, I would have my sort of fullbacks on balanced attack
Mm-hmm.
or join the attack, and I would just look for them every time. If I go and look for them, then I'd look to sort of X the ball to like team of the year Chris or like a tall striker, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have like a tall big striker you can just exit to and then either hold it up or just header the ball on to your other striker or can.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say 5 back's probably the best formation just to see out games and sort of release the pressure
Yeah, for
for
sure.
sure.
I've
Yeah,
used the 4-4-2 whenever they constant pressure with the wingers coming back to the
yeah,
ball. And that's
that's
kind
good
of
as
helped.
well.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
that's helped for me, and I've gotten used to like being better with the constant pressure because I would always like turn the ball over a lot, but then I've gotten a little better, in
yeah.
responding and
Nah,
making quick decisions.
yeah, it's difficult because it's
Yeah,
so broken. Um, it's so powerful. Once they switch to that, it's hard to sort of keep the ball. Um, you just got to look for that one lucky like X ball, as I'd say, and then once you do get that lucky X ball, you're in, and
hmm,
you just got to make sure you score, and then you're 2 goals up, and then you just manage the game easier.
yeah.
You
But
just got to
if
break the line.
right, gotcha.
Yeah,
If like players were to do that, like constant pressure for a long time, I mean, it wears off, right? They can't sustain it for a really long time, right? Because of their stamina.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a lot of players just use it in sort of the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Right. If they're
Uh,
like down or something, or if they really wanted to score a goal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Even if they were to sort of equalise, then you've got an advantage in say, let's say, extra time because their stamina is going to be awful compared to yours. So
Uh-huh.
um, yeah, you still have an advantage in extra time.
Uh-huh.
Stamina is a big thing on FIFA, as you probably know. So
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, these are some good tips, man. I need to know some of this
Yeah.
stuff.
No, I might look at sort of coaching in the near future as well. That's sort of one thing I've looked at doing. Now that I'm sort of at that level, I feel like I could definitely sort of get people to like their next rank, if not higher, over a period of time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
I
be
might
that'd
look
be
into that.
yeah, that'd be a good side hustle for you to make some
Yeah,
money. Cause I've
yeah,
got coaching this year, from a
yeah,
bro, and he's helped me a lot, and I feel
mm,
like I got to gold one because of him. I was
yeah,
like a gold
exactly.
two, gold three player, but yeah, he's like shown me some things that I feel like I would have seen on my own,
Yeah,
and I've
exactly.
improved from that. So Yeah, that'd be cool if you got into that and
Yeah,
got some clients.
yeah, I might look into it actually.
Yeah. He does it. I did it through a site. I think it's a French website. It's called gamercoach.com. I don't know if you heard of it.
I haven't, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a French website.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just applied through there and got the cheapest guy. And
Oh yeah,
yeah, but I still connect with him and like we chat and it's been cool, man. It's been cool just having
yeah.
it, bro.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It
So,
helps.
yeah. So I know you got a lot of viewers and a lot of fans, so maybe some of them, might want some coaching.
Yeah. No, my Twitch has been growing a lot recently, actually.
Yeah.
But I don't really know why, especially in like August where FIFA's sort of dying down. But yeah, a lot of people still tune in and come and watch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, streams are going well.
Do you
So hopefully,
Are you still gonna stream for like the rest of the September for 21?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do this weekend for sure coming up.
Mhm.
Um, most likely will do the weekend after as well.
Mhm.
But once weekend leagues finish, that's it. I'm done with FIFA.
Mhm.
Me, I only really play FIFA now, just sort of because of weekend league, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, for
I feel
sure.
like I get a lot of my views because of gameplay, to be honest.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I'll stop after the last weekend league most likely.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like people watch either if you're really good or if you're entertaining. Or
Yes,
both. You
yeah,
could be both too. You
yeah,
could be
you can,
entertaining and really good. So,
yeah, but yeah, you do have to. We don't have to, but
uh-huh.
majority of the time you have to either be really good at the game or sort of have a crazy personality.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
think that's important in sort of streaming. You need to
Yeah.
be successful anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Um, well, let me ask you some personal questions. I know you said you do full-time work. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for work?
Yeah, so September, well, yeah, now literally
Uh-huh.
on Wednesday, I'm starting my new job. Going to be a teaching assistant for a year. Um, so I applied basically. Applied to be head sports coach, but I
Okay.
didn't get accepted for
Uh-huh.
that. I got down to the last two. But then they offered me sort of a teaching assistant role. They just said I haven't really got much experience, so
Uh-huh.
they'd like me to do that for a year and then sort of go from there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing from Wednesday.
So what are you teaching? Are you just teaching
So
football?
it's going to
Oh.
be a majority of subjects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not one specific subject. I'm working in a special needs school.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's going to be difficult, but
Yeah.
no, looking forward to it. For
That's
sure.
awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you always been teaching for a while?
No,
Or
just
okay.
literally my first job in teaching. I just finished uni, so I
Oh,
just
okay.
got a sports degree. So yeah,
Okay. So ideally, would you want like a career in the sports field? Something like that?
yes, yeah, definitely. I'm qualified personal trainer,
Oh, okay.
but I sort of want to do that like later on in life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what I want to do is sort of PE teaching slash coaching uh,
Like coaching
eventually.
football or coaching like just fitness?
Yeah, football or fitness. I'm not too sure yet.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I haven't really made my mind up to be honest.
Okay.
Either I'd like to do.
Uh-huh. But like if you made enough money from competitive and content creating and all that, you'd want to do that full time?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'd love to.
Uh-huh.
I'd love to. Like I said, I love streaming, creating content. Uh, but yeah, we've got to sort of wait for that sort of
Yeah.
what's the word? I don't know, just chance, just yeah, sort of chance, basically.
Yeah, well, it seems like you're headed in the right direction and you're making the right moves. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I hope you get there, man. I hope you go far and do pretty well.
no, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and yeah, it's cool to have you on here and just talk about it, talk about your journey and your plans going forward.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude. I mean, is there anything else you do besides FIFA and working?
I did play football uh, up until sort of when COVID happened.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I'd play like six aside during the week, and then like 11 aside on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After sort of COVID, I never went back. I wanted to sort of concentrate on streaming.
Yeah.
Uh, like I've put a lot of time in sort of streaming and creating content and stuff, and that competitive. 'Cause that's ultimately what I do want to do. So you kind of have to make sacrifices. So
Right.
that was one of the like, sacrifices I've had to make,
Uh-huh.
be able to manage.
Yeah. It seemed like COVID, that period of time, kind of helped you steer into this streaming avenue or competitive scene, you know? It
Yeah,
gave you like an
literally,
opportunity to like pursue that a little bit more.
definitely. Because with my job, I was working in a bookmakers
Uh-huh.
betting shops. Obviously, we wasn't open during COVID,
Yeah.
so I was able, like I said, I was able to put a lot of time into FIFA streaming, creating
Yeah.
content. So, but no, without COVID,
Yeah.
um, I wouldn't be where I probably am now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. In a way, maybe it's a good thing it happened. Of course, it's not, but in
Yeah.
terms of where I am, I guess, yeah, it's helped.
Like you made the most of the situation you're in, you know?
Oh
The
yeah,
scenario
yeah,
you're in, and then you pursued something pretty cool like in streaming and FIFA. And I could relate to that because it was the same thing for me. I was playing a lot of FIFA and I wasn't working at the time. So I thought
yeah,
why not like try streaming for like
yeah,
fun since I'm playing so much FIFA. And you know, it's been cool, man. It's been cool just talking, having like this FIFA community and also
yeah,
talking to streamers, and then also launching like this podcast that I started like 5 months ago and just talking to other streamers. It's been really cool. So,
nice. No, it's
it,
good. It's really good.
yeah, and this wouldn't have happened if like I didn't like start during that COVID period, you know?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably just, I don't know, weren't really sort of um, useful with the spare time they had. But
Right.
yeah, I took advantage of the spare time I had.
Right, for sure.
Um, this is kind of paid off.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of smaller streamers, FIFA streamers that started around that period, and
Yeah, yes,
they've grown since then. And like of all the people I've talked to, they've like they feel like it's one of like the best decisions they made.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is a content creator called Foot FG.
Mhm.
Don't know if you know that is. I believe he started around sort of when we started, and he literally does it full time now.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it just shows like through the hard working, like you can definitely make it.
Yeah.
It's a grind,
It
as
is
you
a
know.
grind. Yeah, it's I can't believe I'm still playing. I'm still
Yeah,
playing weekend league. I'm still playing like
yeah,
30 games, and but it's cool, man. Like actually
yeah,
like, you know, the viewers have been going up for me personally, so
yeah. No,
that's
it's
cool.
great.
Yeah. And I know for you there's a lot of people watching you, so that's cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice,
So,
nice.
yeah. So it's been an hour. I think it's a good time to end it here. I know you got some swaps to. They released swaps today, right? New ones?
Yes, yeah.
Did you get a chance to look
Another.
at it?
Yeah, it's just pretty much similar to what it was the
Okay.
first batch. I think there's three sort of three online ones, like the Serie A, La Liga, and I think it's Premier League. Might be
Okay.
wrong in that. And
Uh-huh.
then there's like win 8 games in weekend league. There's a rivals one again, and then the rest are like squad battles. Yes.
What have
long.
you yeah, what have you used your swaps on?
So what have I done so far? I've done the 83 times 25,
Okay.
the 81 times 25,
Mm-hmm.
and the 92 plus icon,
Oh, okay.
which was 5 swaps. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Those
think
are
I used 8 or 9, I believe.
so the next nine, what do you get use it for?
I'm not too sure. I think I might do. I think I have one from the first batch still. So I think I'm gonna do the 93 plus. I think it's attacker or midfielder icon pack player pick, and then I want to do
Okay.
the 84 times 20 as well
Oh, okay.
because it's my clubs in the mud. Got no fodder.
Right. Yeah, I've
uh,
done the attacker one. I've done that one, the 93.
I'll have
Um,
you. Yeah.
yeah, I
Did
ended
you
up
get
getting
anyone?
like Henri.
Oh, oh god.
Well, it was between him and Douglas.
Oh,
So
they took Omri. Yeah.
you would took Henri.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the ones that you already got, those are the ones I'll probably get with the rest of the
Yeah.
swaps. Yeah. So yeah, so that's another grind to do for us.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, I appreciate you coming through, man. It was a good conversation, and yeah, thank you for taking the time to do this, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been nice.
yeah, for sure. Where can people find you, man? Like your links and stuff.
So yeah, it's obviously Twitch is Collinsszn. Our Twitter is Collinsszn X.
Mm-hmm.
And then TikTok is Collinsszn as well.
Yeah. Okay. So
You
we'll
can
leave the
find me
link.
there.
Yeah, we'll leave the links in the description below so you guys could check them out. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through, man. Really appreciate it.